The Tournament of Power was one of the most barbaric and spectacular arcs that we've ever witnessed take place within the Dragon Ball universe, and of course with Universe 7 winning the war in the end, we were last left off with Goku and our heroes losing the Tournament of Power to Universe 11, as Goku gave it his all only to fail in the end. And despite Goku's brutal battle against Jiren, an alternative depiction of Dragon Ball Super's Tournament of Power takes place, created by a very talented Instagram user who goes by the name of BonoBQ, in revealing the alternative fight between Goku and Jiren, along with the alternative sequence of events that leads us to the conclusion of the Tournament of Power. As of course, if you guys are new to this channel and love Dragon Ball and anime, then don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications to never miss a single upload. Check out the official Dragon Ball fan manga playlist located down in the description box below, and if you find yourself enjoying these Dragon Ball fan manga depictions, then be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below to show your love and support for alternative Dragon Ball fan mangas, as for many years now I've been showcasing and revealing various different types of Dragon Ball fan mangas on the channel, so be sure to go on ahead and click the description box down below and check out all of your favorite Dragon Ball fan mangas listed in the Dragon Ball fan mangas playlist, as we last left off with Goku having to lose against Jiren, as in this particular story, Goku had not reached the level of mastering Ultra Instinct, but instead, the furthest Goku had gone in this battle was simply having to tap into Ultra Instinct Omen, never having the opportunity to fully tap into the mastery of the Ultra Instinct power. And by the very end, we've witnessed the total eradication of the 7th universe by the hands of both of the Zenos. As we now continue the alternative Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power manga, with both of the Omni Kings alongside the Omni Kings attendees and the Grand Priest having to look down on Goku as his body slowly begins to disintegrate. And because of this, Goku understands the depth and magnitude of what had just happened, as everything Goku had ever known, as everything Goku had ever fought for, as everything Goku had ever stood up for in protecting the ones he cares about is now moments away from being completely obliterated right before his very eyes. And because of this, Goku's looking down on his own hands, coming to the realization that he simply did not have the power within him to defeat a seemingly unbeatable opponent. And for the first time ever, Goku finally had realized his mistakes. As Goku slowly turns on over, he witnesses how Universe 11's God of Destruction and attendees, along with its participating members, are congratulating the winner Jiren of having to fight a very good battle. But even then, Jiren doesn't seem to acknowledge friendship. Jiren simply hadn't learned a thing. He does not accept friendship, nor does he accept allies, as Belmont, Margarita, Dispo, Topo, everyone seems to congratulate him, but Goku for the first time is tasting a loss that he simply cannot come back from. As then all of a sudden, as Goku begins to acknowledge his own fate having to be decided for him, he quickly remembers something. As he immediately turns around, he goes on to acknowledge both of the Omni Kings. As Goku goes on to plead with the Omni Kings in speaking with them, the Omni Kings later go on to look at each other as they both seem to smile and acknowledge one another, but then, as they turn back towards Goku, an emotionless and blank stare is bestowed upon Goku, as Goku understands that the plea that he had just made was simply rejected by both of the Zenos, as of course shown through Goku's emotional reaction. As we later get to see how Frieza takes a stance against Goku, in blaming Goku for not having the strength or power to fight against such an opponent, in costing everyone not only their lives, but the very reality in which they reside in, as Vegeta quickly shuts Frieza's mouth. As he proceeds to casually punch Frieza in the face, Frieza staggers back a bit as we get to see the entirety of Universe 7 before Goku's eyes. Android 17 and 18, Master Roshi, Vegeta, Frieza, Krillin, Piccolo, Tien, Beerus, Whis, and the Supreme Kais. And what's most disheartening is seeing how each individual is being erased, as they so casually think back and look back to the ones they love and care about, as does Vegeta. We see his body begin to disintegrate within the air, and as he does so, he slowly closes his eyes. He thinks about Bulma, he thinks about Trunks, he thinks about Bola, and he comes to the ultimate realization that he is at peace with himself. Being that the older Vegeta would have been angry angry and having to accept his fate of being erased, this Vegeta had accepted the ultimate outcome in thinking about his family moments before his inevitable erasure. As we later see Krillin do the same, the last thought that Krillin had was in fact his daughter, as Krillin begins to shed tears as he disappears within the wind alongside Master Roshi, who was originally Krillin and Goku's teacher. And even then, as the god of destruction Beerus himself begins to disintegrate, he leaves this reality by simply having to smile as Goku closes his eyes, understanding the pain of loss. And Goku's final gesture is looking up in the sky as he understands and finally accepts the ultimate outcome, as at long last, before you know it, we notice how Goku is the final person to be erased from Universe 7. As moments later, darkness. There is absolutely nothing left. Everything and everyone that we've ever known in Universe 7 had been completely erased. Until an unknown energy surge spikes at an unknown dimension, as moments after Goku had been erased, we slowly see how Goku begins to finally formulate again. Goku doesn't seem to know where he is, what is going on, and all around him as Goku's body finally comes to be, he looks around and there's nothing. Emptiness. The one space that harvested the 7th universe is now gone, remnants of what was that of the 7th universe. And as Goku stares out into this blanket of emptiness, into this void, he begins to question as to where he is and what exactly had happened. Until moments later, he hears a familiar voice begin to cry out behind him. As Goku quickly turns around, he is met with the assisting angel Whis. As Whis begins to talk to Goku, according to the creator, Whis goes on to inform Goku that in fact the 7th universe had been completely destroyed. However, he had later informed Goku that even though the power that he had conjured against Jiren wasn't enough, there is still a deeper power within him that he still had not been able to tap into that could have ultimately led him in conquering Jiren and winning the Tournament of Power. And it's because of this that Whis has an offering to Goku, something very important to show him that will change the sequence of events that had just occurred. As Whis uses his staff, all of a sudden we see these images begin to appear in front of Goku, showcasing Golden Frieza, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and all types of events and moments that have occurred involving Goku and his friends that led up until this very current point in time. And it's because of this that Whis goes on to remind Goku that although Goku had once more messed up in not paying close attention to Whis' training, there is still time to fix things. As we see these cracks within the actual void itself, the speech that Whis had given Goku had motivated him in allowing Whis to all of a sudden change Goku's very body. We see Goku begin to glow, and as Whis proceeds to talk to Goku, Goku is under the assumption that in fact Whis had reversed time, but in fact that turned out to be a lie. Whis went against his own boundaries in not simply having to reverse time, but simply having to take this current Goku, preserving his essence and sending him to a different timeline. And it's because of this we see how the sheer force of Whis' ability pushes Goku outside of this dimension, as we see Whis standing within the cracks of time itself, as Goku sticks his hand out, not knowing where he's going, not knowing what exactly is about to happen. Goku has absolutely no idea what's about to happen to him, but as he's drifting through dimensions, as he's drifting through time itself, we notice how Goku is getting these patches, these little images of his very friends having to still be alive. As he looks on over, he can still see Krillin rooting for him. As he begins to look around, he notices how Vegeta, Gohan, Roshi, Piccolo, everyone is cheering on. As Goku seems very puzzled and baffled as to what is happening, he even notices how Beerus is cheering him on. As Goku smiles in acknowledging what exactly is about to happen, the fight resumes as we see a very angry Jiren just about to finish Goku off. And as this happens, the very consciousness of Goku is once again brought back onto the battlefield, as Jiren is moments away from finishing Goku off completely, until out of nowhere, Goku had remembered the lessons. Goku had remembered his training. Goku had remembered the pain. Goku had remembered the loss and the anguish that he felt. As he slowly begins to open his eyes, Goku went along ahead to finally master Ultra Instinct. As the manga chapter chapter comes to a close. As Bono BQ did an absolutely fantastic job, and I do encourage you guys to follow her on Instagram, in showcasing this alternate reality where although this current Goku's universe had been erased and his very core and essence itself was obliterated, Whis still took it upon himself to save Goku, to give him one last chance at redemption in sending him to a different timeline, according to the author, a different dimension, a different reality, to where moments right before Jiren had beaten Goku, Goku still has the potential within him right now to turn the tides against him in defeating Jiren and saving his universe once and for all. Which I will say, this was a very touching and sad fan manga in the idea that this entire fight was dictated based on Goku's final moments against Jiren, and even though Jiren had proven to beat Goku before, now it's going to be an entirely different story as we now anticipate to see what's going to follow, as at long last Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is going to be battling against a full-powered Jiren. As once more, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you guys have any fan manga that you would like me to review, or any fan manga or fan story that you guys have drawn out or written out, then feel free to send me your work via email. My email will be located down in the description box below, as I do highly encourage the community to create their own fan stories, because as you guys can see here, this is a different take as to what happened within that reality, and I must say, this is one of my favorite fan mangas for the simple fact that it hits home in allowing the reader to understand and putting yourself in their shoes in losing everything you've ever known, everybody you've ever known, and then by the very end, for you to lose everything you've been fighting for and everything you love. It's a very powerful emotion. So this fan manga, I think, is absolutely flawless, and as we anticipate the next chapter, I want to go ahead and get your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on all notifications, slap a like down below if you guys are excited for part 3, and make sure you guys share this video out on all social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, and many others. And again, I do have a massive surprise for you guys in terms of fan fiction and fan mangas once we break beyond 600,000 subscribers, so make sure you guys go ahead and spread the word. We're almost there. I do appreciate every single one of you guys for your time. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, tune back in for the next video, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace!
This is the Galactic Emperor of the Universe, and of course I'm here to tell you to subscribe to UnrealEntGaming and all his social media platforms. Also, don't forget to turn on notifications so you can be the first to know every time that he uploads a new video.
Oh, did someone say UnrealEntGaming? Oh my god!
The fuck's up? Put on some clothes!
Well, why don't you put on any clothes?
What? I don't need clothes, but Jesus Christ, that's huge!